The second part of this video, I'm gonna read some of my notes that I've wrote, that I found actually in the internet about each day, and I'm gonna compare it what I felt, and maybe I will add also some comments. So Monday is a moon day. I actually knew it before, so it's fine for me. The moon symbolizes emotions, intuition, femininity, memories, dreams, the subconscious, and inner life, which is also true. That's what I said, and I had this kind of day. Good for rest and slowing down, reflection and journaling, meditation, emotional healing, spending time at home, gentle creativity, listening to intuition, self-care, rituals. Avoid overthinking, big confrontation, forcing decisions, emotional impulsiveness, draining social situations. And as you remember, or maybe I hope you remember, that my Monday was really about slowing down and journaling, and I didn't try to push me beyond, to go out of the box and do crazy things. No, it was really relaxing day for me, and I usually keep Mondays always actually relaxed. What I can suggest you, if you're working for the company, for example, if you have an option to stay at home on Monday and do a home office, I can recommend it. If you're still working in an office, or maybe, I don't know, you work at the school, or maybe in kindergarten, kita, maybe try to find in the morning some time for yourself. Maybe small meditation, maybe when you're on your way to your job, maybe listen to slowly music for a nervous system, maybe journal, but I also was thinking maybe reading, but reading is involving yourself in something else. But Monday is great to be involved in our own feelings and inner state. Reflection and journaling. So it's good. It's good for that. So if you work and you need to interact with other people, try to find some time. And it's better to do, for example, in the morning. Arrive to your body, let's say. Start to be connected again to your body. Ask a question: how I feel, how my body feels. Is there any sensation? Is there any tension, for example? How was the previous week for me? What I want this week? You can also write journaling, or maybe writing gratitude, or wherever you're grateful for, but for Monday, I think it's really important, and you're gonna notice a big change in your inner state when on Mondays you're gonna do some small rituals for you before you work and before you start interacting with other people. Here's also reading mystical meaning. I love it. Monday is considered the most emotionally sensitive day of the week. In many traditions, the wall between conscious and subconscious become thinner. People may feel more nostalgic, intuitive, or emotionally open. I think it's also a good day for honest communication with our partners, maybe friends. But the problem is also what can happen, that we can be too much emotional, or maybe there is a chance for misunderstanding when we want to have a clarity, but there is no clarity because each of us, we stay in our inner world. I also would say that moon can also give us when we cannot think really clearly, when we cannot really make conclusion. So for sharing emotions and feelings, yes. For making conclusions and making decisions, nope. I mean, unless you know yourself and unless you know your feeling, your emotion, you can control them, you can understand what is going on, then yes. But if you have some troubles with that, I would not recommend. Then I would move it for the next day, this decision-making process. And I also would say that what can happen, because on Monday, when person is too much emotional, on Monday maybe you can sometimes feel more instability, and you can notice much more doubts than usual, because it's the moment when you're not really thinking, and everything that located inside of you started to show up and say hello. I also would say that if you have some fears, for example, they can come up and show up, and also traumas. I think it's also a good day. Monday is a great day to do shadow work. It's a good day to do some practice session, like everything spiritual. I think it's a great day to do meditation, hypnosis also, any kind of spiritual sessions, I would say, but just be aware and be responsible for that. Can we move it? The fantasy. And also, what I say, look at yourself. If you're stuck usually in fantasies, in escapism, then maybe try to be more structured on Monday. And if you're too much hard worker person who works a lot and I don't know, things a lot, use really Monday to do self-reflection. It's gonna help a lot. I think we can move. I'm still sure that I didn't mention everything, but just because when I talk in flow, there's so much details, but I hope it's going to be enough. But anyway, if you have more questions, you can ask, and you can also share your stories. Maybe you exactly notice some patterns about specific days. So we're moving forward. Tuesday is a Mars day. It feels like that. Name after Mars, the god of war. Mars represents action, courage, ambition, sexuality, competition, and raw life force. I think by just my gesture, you can notice this. That's true. Good for taking action, starting difficult tasks, fitness and movement, leadership, boundaries, speaking directly, passion projects, facing fears. That's true. There's so much energy. It's a male day. It's a great day really to be hard working person, you know. It's really so many, you can finish so many tasks, you can be so much productive, but find your own pace, find your own flow. Don't watch other people, because they're the things you can overwork. Something can be too much, you know. There's so much potential in Tuesday in terms of working, but try to listen to your inner voice, because when you overwork, when you do something too much, it's not great, you know. It's just not great. Everything should be imbalanced. So try to notice your own pace in life, your own working flow, and just go with it. Don't try to, I don't know, do something that you cannot really do. Don't change your true nature. It's again, don't change your true nature. If you are, I don't know, apple, don't try to be a watermelon, something like that. Try to learn who you are inside and use this in your daily life, and also on Tuesday when so much energy around. And let's read and then I will add. Avoid aggression. It actually can be true. Arguments, acting from anger, impulsive decision, ego battles. And I also would add that try to avoid this, you know, fantasies, emotions, because you're gonna feel them not real. You're gonna feel them through thinking lens, let's say, and it's not good. Monday for feelings, emotion, opening. Tuesday for clarity and make some kind of order and understand, you know, like a cold head. Really, like so much male energy. Woof. And I would also say, even if Tuesday is a really working day, there is so much energy inside. It's also fire. I think Mars is related also to fire. If I'm wrong, let me know, but I mean, I'm not doing astrology things, I'm doing channeling, so everything that I share, it's based on channeled information that I channel from different entities of quantum field. I also like that it's reading here, Mars represent action, courage, ambitions, and sexuality, which is good. It could be there. It's a great day because so much energy. It's fire around, so it's a great thing. Try to avoid being lazy, that's for sure, because then you're gonna feel so much energy and you would not know what to do with this, and then you're gonna waste your energy, you're gonna waste your time, and it's not just good. But from one side, like when we say positive sides of Tuesday, it's a really great day. Movement, leadership, boundaries, speaking directly, know your own truths and talk. But there's let's say bad sides, not good sides, or it can go in aggression direction, to be angry, when you know directly what you want and another person with whom you have a communication wants something different. There's the moment where you can have a fight. So just be careful. There's so much energy, and when we have so much fire, obviously there's a moment when we have a fight. There is a small line, and when you cross this line, there is aggression. There's a war, inner war. There's too much ambitions, too much competitions, and sometimes people like different competitions, but sometimes ask yourself, for what? Why I'm angry? Why? For what I try to fight? Just to prove my point? Well, it's not the best thing just to be right. Okay. Never mind. Nice. Mystical meaning. Tuesday carries very energy. I think basically everything that I told right now, it feels like very warrior energy. Direct, fire, movements. So much energy. So much male energy. Like I don't know, so strong man is here and he does his thing. He thinks ancient cultures believe it was the best day for battle, courage, and decisive moment. Spiritually, it's the day of reclaimed power and momentum. Kind of true. That's true. We have Wednesday. I actually love Wednesdays. Mercury Day. I think I knew it before. I don't know if I mentioned there in my videos, but I knew also that I think I'm not sure if I knew it, but I kept it in my mind that Wednesday is probably a Mercury Day because it feels like that. Name after Mercury, messenger of the gods. Mercury rules communication, learning, thinking, travel, trade, language, and curiosity. Good for studying, writing, networking, business meetings, content creation, learning languages, brainstorming, short trips. And if you remember, my Wednesday video was made in the city. It was made in the city center. And after that, I went to the salsas. And I said that I had a couple of meetings, and that's true. Usually, when I have some meetings in my life, it's usually Wednesday or Thursday. It could be also Tuesday, but I try to avoid meetings on Monday, actually. Monday just for me. Don't even try to meet me on Monday. Well, Wednesday, perfectly. And I think I told that Wednesday feels like a trips, even short trips, even moving around the city. That's good. Avoid overthinking, gossip, mental overload. Avoid overthinking, gossip, mental overload. I would agree. I think it's all Wednesday has also so much energy during the day, and I would say that it's super social day. It's great to be social on Wednesday, and also Mercury. It's always about communication, also study. Like communication, it's a communication thing. It's a just if you ask me to pick just one word, I would say communication, please. But Mercury, I think it's more air energy. It's still male, but it's on fire. It feels like air there. And I think communication, thinking, learning, curiosity is more air energy. That's true. And I think Mercury is related to air sign. I think so. Wait, I lost my notes. Wait a sec. And of course, it's great to be social. It's great for communication. And as I mentioned also on Wednesday, that something that I couldn't manage on Tuesday, I managed it on Wednesday, even with my benefit on it, because there was an agreement. I needed to talk a lot to the people, and I couldn't succeed on Tuesday, but I succeeded on Wednesday, which was great. But what bad sides of this day? You can be too much in outer world. You can be too much involved in social life when you start losing yourself, when you started to sacrifice yourself in order to be with someone or to have a moment to meet someone. So please try to keep balance between being with other people and trying to be with yourself. It's important. And since it's Mercury, it's also air sign. Of course, avoid overthinking. Of course, because air sign is always related to thoughts. And of course, we can overthink a lot. We can stuck in our thinking process, and then it's not gonna be great. Of course, gossips. Of course, mental overload when it's too much. When you dance, then you have meetings, then you learn something, then something else, and then you just start and you can move, and you cannot move anymore. And I think it's also when you try to be lazy on Wednesday, it's not good. When you postpone things, not good. When you say no to some meetings, when you say no to the meetings that you don't want to go there, it's fine. But if you have some chance, possibility on Wednesday and you avoid this, better no. Just try it. Just say yes to this life. Come on. And if you have a chance to learn something on Wednesday, for example, reading new information or maybe listening a video about new information, I think it's also good. In general, being lazy in life, we need to first define what means being lazy, okay? But this video is not about this. Maybe later I will do something like that. Okay, we're moving forward. Thursday, Jupiter Day. I'm not sure that I pronounce it in the right way. I'm sorry. English isn't my first language. But Jupiter Day, I feel embarrassed in a sec. Sorry. So name after Jupiter, king of the gods. In my native language, it sounds a little bit different, and I'm trying to be just speaking to pronounce it in the right way. But I'm sorry if not. Jupiter symbolizes abundance, wisdom, expansion, luck, spirituality, and higher vision. Whoa, that's good because I didn't know that actually. I felt there's so much energy there, but maybe I had this idea that maybe it's related to some Jupiter energy, but I wasn't really sure about this. And when I see wisdom, expansion, luck, spirituality, I remember what I told you about my experience on Thursday, and when I told you also that on Thursday, if I have my energy work, it mostly always going beyond, going out of the box, and it's always expansion. Doesn't matter if it's project, if it's communication. It's like moving somewhere. We are not thinking, we are not feeling just, we are not talking just about this. We are move things forward. I love it. Great, right? It's good to live with the flow, I would say. Good for big decision, teaching, spiritual practices, manifestation work, what I told you actually, public speaking, generosity, vision planning, travel and exploration, which is true. I think everything that I told you, my insight, my Thursday was related actually this good for. Why I'm surprised right now? Because just I didn't really read everything with my full attention, so I just like, oh, Jupiter Day, oh, cool, but I didn't go so deep in reading. Interesting. It's a Jupiter day. So, yes, big dream, Don't try to be small. Don't think, don't wish in a small scale. Try to say yes for the chances, for the possibilities, because Jupiter by itself, it's always about expansion, It it's about doing something bigger, brighter, wider, it's gonna be big, I would say. Of course, we have some bad moments. For example, problems can get bigger, for example, if you avoid them, or maybe you don't wanna go out of the box and push your limits, and Jupiter will push you anyway, because when Jupiter comes to you, you have no other choice but just go beyond, and when you refuse to do that, when you feel resistance, Jupiter will try to push you and push your limits and gonna test you somehow like this. It's interesting. Jupiter for me is the male energy, but anyway, it's great for spiritual practices, and most of intuitive guides and spiritual people, they feel that spirituality by itself is more female energy, but I would disagree, just because spirituality and energy work could be done in a different way, and also in female way, but also in a male way. And I would say that Thursday is a good example of it, because Thursday is not a female energy, it's more male energy, for me at least. And we still see here spiritual practices, but when I told Monday is good for trauma healing, for example, Thursday it's learning new information, or maybe to raise vibration, raise energy, or maybe do something new as like a spiritual experience or practices. Manifestation work also good. Yes, that's true. Manifestation and setting goals, but big goals. It should be some bigger, brighter, something that you really want, some visions that you want to have. They not small. I mean, small wishes also can work, but try to dream about something bigger. And Thursday is great for you. And then if you need to pick the day for writing down all your dreams, especially big dreams, try to pick Thursday. And I think Thursday is also a good day to sit down, and if you have some projects about ideas, write down everything on Thursday and try to make first step on Thursday, because Jupiter can help you, like the energy of this day can help you to do that. A great day to be generous. This is true. Because it's Jupiter, it's abundance, it's money. There's also ritual. I mean, I don't know how many people who speak English or live in Berlin do this ritual, but in Ukraine at some point it was really hype, let's say, to do a small ritual on Thursday, to drink coffee with cinnamon, because they believe that this can bring abundance, money, lots of money. If you want to use this ritual, you can, but just Google it or ask ChatGPT or ask Gemini or whatever, and you also use this ritual. But I think any kind of ritual on Thursday that related to money, abundance, manifestation, and big dreams, it's a good day to do it on Thursday. Avoid arrogance, over-promising, escapism. That's true. And also when you want to dream small things, nope. And what else? To be in a comfort zone, I would say no, go for Thursday. To do just ordinary daily things on Thursday, also no. Try to do something new, a new experience, and maybe try new food, and maybe try to listen to new information, or just journal about your big dreams. this day is going to be amazing. But when you do just the ordinary things, ordinary life, daily life, boring things, why then it's kind of, I would not say it's a disconnection, but it feels like you have a chance to use this energy of the day for something much bigger and for your dream life, and you just waste this energy on your basic daily life. You have other days to have your daily life and do regular things during the day, but Thursday, use it for something big, use it for something cool, I would say. And also, if you want to treat yourself with something bigger, do that. Go to the fancy restaurant, for example, I don't know, or maybe buy something cool, expensive, maybe buy something that you want to buy a long time ago and still you didn't buy it, so buy it. So everything that helps you to go out your comfort zone, Thursday is great, actually. Mystical meaning. Thursday is traditionally considered one of the luckiest and most expansive days. It carries gross energy and it is associated with the blessing, wisdom, and opportunity. That's true. So please I swear it feels like, I don't know, like sun shines and opportunity, gold everywhere, chances, I don't know, opportunities, abundance everywhere, love, generosity is everywhere there. And use also affirmation. I think what I told that Thursday is great for manifestation, but affirmation and setting the goals and setting pure intention, even out loud, can help. So maybe when you wake up on Thursday and go to your work, say as an inner intention, for example, you can also say it out loud. It's also fine if you have space for that and you have time for that. I'm lucky, I'm abundant, and my world is full of different possibilities and chances that align to my soul, to my heart. And you will notice this day is going to be way better for you than usual Thursday. Friday. It's a Venus day. What I already knew it. Name after Venus, goddess of love and beauty. That's true. Venus rules love, pleasure, beauty, harmony, sensuality, relationship, art, and attraction. Good for romance, beauty rituals, fashion and aesthetic, dating, art and music, relaxation, pleasure, connection with the people, which I think I mentioned most of the time. I think I didn't mention kind of dating part, but it's true. Friday feels like always you need to go on a date, because during the week you work and then you have dating timing, mostly Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday too, but yes, for flirting, for romance, for kind of affair, Friday is great for you, for it, and to set this flirty mood. I think Venus is great for this day, and also to feel self-love, love in relationship, but self-love also. And if you're in relationship already, you can use Fridays as dating day or maybe dating evening to bring some sparks into your relationship. It's going to be great. What do you avoid? Toxic attachment, laziness, overspending, seeking validation, which is true, because when we talk about beauty, when we talk about love, we have a good sides, of course, because we can feel self-love, we can feel love to other people, we try to focus more on the beauty, on the aesthetic, doesn't matter if it's inner or outer, but we have also kind of bad sides of it. The first of all, it's seeking validation and feeling lack of self-love. And when we are not connected to ourselves and when we are not value ourselves, we try to find somebody who's gonna love us. We trying to find validation about our world, about ourselves, about who we are, how we look like. So if you have this problem, then you seek in your life a validation, maybe it's time to work on it. And Monday, shadow work, it's a good day for the shadow work, or maybe even Saturday is also good for that. Overspending, yes. Oh wait, I didn't finish. So when we have this lack of self-love, we need to find a validation, and acceptance from the world, from people, and we are really we can desperately want it. It's too much. Don't do this too much. From other side, it can be like being arrogant when you know yourself and you love yourself so much, so you stop caring about other people and you stop caring about relationships. So it's other side of love. Also, I would say toxic attachments. That's true because it's flirty mode. There's sparks. You don't think. It's not a day of thinking. It's not day of clarity. It's not day. I mean, it's day of clarity somehow, but it's not a day for making decisions, clear decisions, especially about relationship example. And it's just playful day, playful, flirty, sparkling day, could I say like that? And yeah, here's written also overspending, which is true because when we want to celebrate our life, when we want to have beauty, aesthetic, sometimes we can start, for example, buying beautiful things for our home, maybe clothes, or going to the party, going to the dinner, and we just don't care about money. And of course, overspending can come to this point. And laziness is true. Like Friday is such a beautiful day. I mean, Friday, I don't know, it's like sparkling wine, or no, it's just good wine. It's just candles, it's like date, or maybe romantic dinner, or maybe watch a movie, or maybe go into the art gallery, or maybe kind of a museum. It's a good day to be overdressed. I would say so. It's just, I don't know, I think you feel it right now what I say. It's like dancing, it's like be with people and to be dressed up. It's cool. It's amazing. I love Fridays. As you see, mystical meanings. Friday is associated with magnetic energy and attraction. In spiritual tradition, it's often considered the best day for love rituals, beauty practices, and heart-centered experience, which is actually true. That's true. If you want to have some spiritual sessions or practice, everything that related to love, beauty, self-love, also heart chakra, chest, or maybe to feel more love in your life and chest. This is a great day for that. That's true. Love it. Saturday, which is Saturn Day. I never thought actually about that, but it's true. I mean, Saturday, Saturn Day, obvious, right? But I wasn't thinking about this before. Name after Saturn associated with the time in karma. Yes. Saturday is not my favorite day of the week, to be honest, because it feels like there's work, inner, outer, after Friday, especially. We're talking about time, we talk about space, we talk about karma. Saturn represents discipline, responsibility, structure, maturity, boundaries, and deep lessons. It's funny, for example, can you imagine having a romantic date, flirty mood for the Friday, and this evening continues to the night, and you spend an amazing night with someone, and Saturday you wake up and all you think like, for what I've done this? Why yesterday I was too much flirty? This could actually happen because Saturday, karma, responsibility, deep life lesson, here we are. Good for cleaning and organizing, that what I told you. Also long-term planning, true. Also discipline, finishing tasks, financial responsibility, solitude, shadow work, reflection. There is nothing to add from my side, actually. I kind of agree with, because it feels like that. It feels like, okay, you're finally ready to move on. You're finally ready to let go something. You're finally ready to finish something that you started on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe 2 weeks ago, or maybe months ago. I think when we want to have a clear decision about life, Saturday is actually great for that. And for me, Saturday also feels like adulthood, adult decision. It's not like a Venus day. It's like a Friday when we have this young energy around, flirty, sparkly, and blah blah. It feels like we are really adults, you know. Adult decision, adult tasks. Shadow work, I agree, in terms of letting go, in terms of understanding what you want when you need some clarity and understanding. I think for hypnosis or like past life regression, it's great. Yeah, when you want to understand karma, when you want to understand um, why, for what should you do after that. Saturn is also about honesty, I would add this, because Saturn, yeah, as I told, it feels like adulthood, responsibility, reflection, like organizing, cleaning, finishing tasks, and also honesty is really important here, because on Friday we can play around, we can be where we want to be, we can play some roles. I mean, but don't try to be super toxic to other people and to yourself also. But Saturday feels like there is honesty should be for sure, for sure. I think when I do have some sessions on Saturday with my clients, it's mostly related to a deep shadow work, past life regression, obviously. If it's channeling, then this channel session becomes more clear, with compassion too, but also look at something with the feeling that you're adult, that you're responsible for your own decision, that you're responsible for your own life. And I think the way how I talk right now, it represents that. Because when I was talking about Friday and when I jumped to the Friday, I become, you know, like a flow, like a dancing queen. But as soon as I jump back to Saturday, I become more structured, more honest with you, and I don't try to make things look better. I'm just honest, I'm just straightforward, but it's not fire energy. It's not about so many energy and we just need to do something, take actions. It just be here, present, seeing what you've done before, what needs to be done right now, what you need to clear, organize. Maybe you need some order. Also, responsibility, of course. Adulthood. That's true. I think the way how I speak, how I talk, and if you listen careful with full your attention, you're gonna feel the difference. Use this energy if you have something in your life, if you have some similar topics to adulthood or shadow work or being honest with yourself, but also with other people. Use Saturday for that. It's great work, and the Saturn day gonna help you. Avoid escapism, negative thinking, isolation for too long. That's true. You know, when we face responsibility, we can stuck there because some people really have fears about responsibility. That's true. Maybe being adult and they just avoid such things at all. And we can stuck with this honesty, but you know, there is line. There is a difference also between being honest and underestimate your life, for example, or have some doubts, you know. Honest is when you see things clear, but it's like more facts. But emotions, it's like colors, and they're so subjective, and they don't give you clarity. It's not honest because how your brain translate emotions and feelings, it's just translation through your perception. So if you get used to see things blue, for example, you're gonna see things blue. But it's not facts, right? It's just the color of the situation, but not the core of the situation. So honesty is more about seeing core, the facts, and not really translating it with the emotion and your own lens. I also would say that to be chaotic, hectic on Saturday is also great. If you need to finish some things, use Saturday, and if you don't use this day, It's not good because then you show that you're not that responsible, that you don't keep promises, for example. And Saturn usually doesn't like it at all. if you if you're around 30, or maybe you're more than 30 years old, maybe you notice that around 30 years old there are so many questions about life come up, especially in terms of adulthood, to be who you are as adult and responsibility and why you are here. So many questions about life around 30 comes, and it's a really one of the biggest crises, and it's related to the Saturn return. So it's astrological things, but it's related to the Saturn actually. So Saturn, so you need to be clear with your life and honest, you know. So avoid chaos. Avoid also childhood position, victim position, aggressive position. Try to be honest. Mystical meaning. Saturday has a heavier, slower energy. I think the way how I speak right now shows you that. Mystical, it's connected to karma, wisdom through experience and confronting reality. That's what actually I told you right now. It's a powerful day for inner work and restructuring life. I mean, in terms of inner world, but also outer world. Let's let it go. Let's move forward to the Sunday. The last day, finally. Sunday. That's what I mentioned to you. Sunday. Name after the sun. The sun symbolizes identity, vitality, life force, creativity, confidence, joy, and purpose. Which is true. Wait a sec. I needed to check. There was one notification. Good for celebration, creativity, spending time outside, family gatherings, recharging, inspiration, leadership, expressing yourself. I have nothing to add. I think everything that I mentioned about my Sunday was exactly good for. That's it. But here's written, avoid burnout. I think on Sunday, by the end of the day, I had also a burnout. And ignoring your need for the rest. That's what I had. That's why I ended up having a headache. But I mentioned you this, so I was kind of disconnected. And then by the end of the day, I had a headache, which is, you see right now. So avoid burnout, egocentric behavior, overcommitting, ignoring your needs for the rest. I hope you don't hear the sounds, but I'm not sure. Maybe you heard it. So I would repeat, avoid burnout, egocentric behavior, overcommitting, ignoring your need for rest. There's nothing to add. Sunday is a really also social day, but it's not social day in terms of communicating and being social with other people. It's general about life, how this life is so beautiful, you know. Also some activities, maybe being creative also. It's a lovely day. It's like a chill day, like a sunny day. It also feels like family brunch, maybe brunch with the friends. It feels like doing something that you like, maybe some hobbies. Go for any sports. Social sports can be better. For example, not like a slow yoga, but flow, or maybe sports outside, maybe jogging, maybe riding a bike, maybe, but not something that's related to pushing your limits. Just enjoy, you know, and play tennis, paddle, whatever, but just be active outside and just notice, observe life. It's beautiful. And of course, avoid, just because Sunday is about sun and sun is identity. Oh, it's our identity. We are the center of the life. So of course, avoid ego-centered behavior. Of course, it's fine. So if you notice that you need also kind of validation and you want to be always in the center, maybe Sunday is not your best day actually. Try to keep this balance between being centered but also being with people and enjoying moments with other people. I actually don't know what to add. Sunday. it's a just joyful day. It's also, it feels for me like yellow color. Obviously it's sun, it's a yellow or maybe orange that represents life force, but life force not in terms of sexuality, but life force in terms of joy, a pure interest, also a little bit child's position, but in good way, when you have a chance to be in contact with your inner child, for example, and remembering how this childhood moments when you were created, when you were running around, when you had spent some time with the family or friends. So it's a great day, actually. It's a family friends day. It's just a resting day. Please don't try to work a lot on Sunday. I mean, unless your work is related to some sort of creativity or celebration, yes. But if your work related to some structure, for clarity, decision making, shadow work, maybe try to avoid Sunday. Just keep Sunday for yourself. Mystical meaning. Sunday carries radiant rain. Oh, radiant is a good, great word for that. Yes, Sunday carries radiant energy. In many traditions, it's considered sacred, a day of illumination, gratitude, vitality, and reconnected to your essence. It's beautiful. It's also core energy, I would say, the core energy, who you are. Maybe I would not use just not who you are as identity, but when we talk about energy, then, or maybe spiritual practices, then I would do some practices that related to the core, to your essence, or your true nature, who you are truly, That's what Sunday is great. Oh, it's a beautiful day. I love Sunday. Uh, okay, here some just one words. Let's just read and you'll see. Monday, feel, yes. Tuesday, act. I also agree with that. Wednesday, think. Yes, exactly, but not overthink. That's true. Thursday, expand. Friday, connect. Connect Friday. I would say connect is Wednesday, but also can be Thursday. But Friday, I would say feel, but feel we have on Monday. I don't know. I would pick a better word for Friday, but connect, let's keep it connect. Saturday, reflect, but I also would call it a adulthood or karma. But reflect's also good. Okay. And Sunday, shine. Oh, yeah, for shine, Sunday, yes. So this was the week and my great experiment. And I would say that I've done this week not perfectly as I expected and as I wanted, but anyway, it was aligned with myself. And this is actually my life, that's true. And when I aligned with myself and when I aligned with the space, with the pace also, with the energy of the days, weeks, months, blah, 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 everything works out for me faster and just better. When I'm against of my true nature, when I'm against of life cycles, everything just go not in a great direction in my life. That is true. That's why, for example, on Saturday I was so exhausted and tired, and on Sunday by the end of the day I had a headache. But I think it's a great experiment to show that not everything was perfect, but to show there is how everything is connected basically in my life. Everything is actually connected. That's true. How you can use this information. So I told you all this kind of information, and no matter what you do, no matter which work you have, try to think how you can integrate this information that I told, that experience that I shared with you, how you can integrate this information into your life. So how can you build your week cycle in such ways so you can be connected to the energy of the day, of every day. And I would say maybe you're so much into a head, for example, of course you're gonna miss these cycles, this energy of the day. It's just normal and funny, but the more you're connected to your energy, to your true self, to the life, to the space, to the cycles, in nature, the more you notice that the matrix itself is so flexible and so adaptive and so alive, I would say. And for example, this is my life. Like, for example, I'm not really into so many information and just trying to repeat things or translate things. This is my experience. What I just found on the internet, it just was kind of a thing for me to connect my own feelings and also connect what's actually written in internet, if it's represent or reflect my feelings, experience, channeling information or not. So it was a great and funny moment for me. So yes, you can think, you can also reflect on such questions. For example, did you notice before this kind of connection? Did you notice before the energy of a day specifically? Maybe you notice some patterns that repeated every week in the same day. Yes, I would be happy for any kind of your feedback, I would say. Maybe you can share some stories of yours. Maybe you can share some ideas how you can integrate this information, but for sure it's not the end of the experiment. I think it's just a new level of depth and new level of phrase to live a life and to go with the flow in life. That's true, because this year everything became even more alive and tastier, you know, and everything just connected and synchronized, and I so love it. Of course, it's requires so many energy and focus, and from me that's true, but I really love it, and I see a great results of in my life when I follow my true nature, when I'm in contact with life cycles, not just monthly cycles, but also daily cycles, week cycle. And also interesting what can I also notice that we can also overlap things. For example, we have a week cycle, then we have every day of the week has own energy, but then every month of the year has also kind of own energy. For example, May is quite different from June always, you know, because May to make decisions, to learn new information, wisdom, yep, and then June, joyful, more joyful. I mean, 6 by itself, it's lovers. I mean, who understand the tarot cards and archetypes. 6 is lovers and 5 is Hierophant. I don't know this word in English, sorry. One more embarrassing moment talking in English. But yes, and then we have, you know, like different levels. We have levels and they overlap each other. We have days of the week, then we have a month of the year, then we have a energy of the year. We have 3 different levels, but also we have full moon and new moon in different signs. This is also another level, and we have also own our pace. For example, if your birthday in, let's say in May, so May for you is not like number 5, it's actually number 1 for you. So it would be not about learning new information. Maybe yes, like a background music, but it would be more about your identity, who you are, like number 1. So there's so much layers in between and everything together. This is your life and where you are in your life. Thank you for watching. I would be grateful for any feedback, likes, comments, sharing, and see you soon. Thank you for watching.